Have you ever wondered what's really happening to Canada? In the last decade, a seismic shift has been quietly reshaping the nation. It's a story you won't hear on the nightly news, a transformation happening right before our eyes, yet rarely discussed in its entirety. This is the story of how Canada is changing, and it starts not in Parliament, but in the bustling streets of cities like Brampton, Surrey, and Toronto. Is this planned growth, or has Canada lost control of its own destiny? Let's look at the numbers. Since 2015, Canada's immigration policies have dramatically favored a rapid increase in population. We see it in the headlines, ambitious targets set year after year. The primary driver of this growth? International students. In 2015, Canada hosted around 350,000 international students. Walk through the campuses of many Canadian colleges and universities today. You'll see a vibrant, diverse student body. This diversity is celebrated as one of Canada's greatest strengths. These students are bright, ambitious, and contribute billions to the Canadian economy through tuition fees alone. They fill lecture halls, work part-time jobs, and dream of building a life here. They are an integral part of our communities. But this rapid expansion has also brought unintended consequences. The promise of a Canadian education has created a massive industry. Some have called it a diploma mill pipeline, where the focus shifts from quality education to maximizing enrollment. We see private colleges partnering with public institutions, sometimes in strip malls, offering programs with the primary goal of securing a postgraduate work permit. Is this about education, or is it about immigration? This question leads us to a crucial point: the job market. The narrative we're often told is that immigrants fill jobs that Canadians don't want. But let's dig deeper. Many new arrivals are highly skilled and educated, entering competitive fields like tech, healthcare, and engineering. They bring valuable expertise and a strong work ethic. In sectors like trucking and logistics, workers from the Indian diaspora have become the backbone of the industry, keeping our supply chains moving. This is the positive side of the story, the engine of economic growth. However, there's another side that many are afraid to talk about. What happens when a massive new labor pool enters the market in a short period? Basic economics tells us that an increased supply of labor can put downward pressure on wages. We're hearing from more and more Canadians, both new and old, who feel they are being priced out of their own job market. They talk about entry-level jobs requiring years of experience and hundreds of applicants for a single position. Is this healthy competition, or is it a race to the bottom that benefits corporations more than workers? This isn't just about jobs, it's about housing. Across Canada, from Vancouver to Halifax, the housing crisis has become a daily struggle for millions. Rent has soared to unbelievable heights, and the dream of homeownership feels more distant than ever for an entire generation. Look at the data. While housing construction has tried to keep up, it has been consistently outpaced by population growth fueled by immigration. When you add hundreds of thousands of new people to a country each year without a proportional increase in housing supply, a crisis is inevitable. This isn't a criticism of the individuals seeking a better life. They are playing by the rules that Canada itself has set. The real question should be directed at our policymakers. Were these consequences foreseen? Was there a comprehensive plan to build the infrastructure, the housing, the healthcare, the public transit, needed to support this unprecedented growth? Or was the focus solely on hitting immigration targets for economic metrics without considering the social fabric of the nation? We're seeing new cultural and political dynamics emerge. In cities like Brampton and Surrey, the Indo-Canadian community has become a powerful political force. Their voices are shaping local and national politics, and their success stories are inspiring. We see politicians from all parties actively courting these communities because their votes can now decide elections. This is democracy in action, a reflection of Canada's evolving demographic landscape. But it also raises questions about national identity. What does it mean to be Canadian in the 21st century? For generations, Canada was known as a cultural mosaic, where different cultures coexist while contributing to a shared Canadian identity. But in this new, rapidly changing environment, some are asking if we are becoming a collection of separate communities rather than a unified whole. Are we fostering integration, or are we encouraging silos? These are not easy questions, and there are no simple answers. Pointing fingers is easy, but understanding is harder. The story of Indian immigration to Canada is not one of us versus them. It is a complex story of ambition, policy, and consequences. It's the story of newcomers striving for a better future, and the story of existing citizens grappling with a country that is changing faster than they ever imagined. As we look toward the future, the debate will only intensify. Is the current model sustainable? Can Canada continue on this path without addressing the critical strains on its infrastructure and social cohesion? The choices we make today will define the Canada of tomorrow. Will it be a nation that successfully managed its growth for the benefit of all, or one that sacrificed the well-being of its citizens for the sake of numbers? This conversation is vital for the future of our country. It's a discussion that needs to happen not in anger or with blame, but with honesty, facts, and a genuine desire to build a better Canada for everyone who calls it home. The story is still being written, and every one of us has a role to play in its outcome. What are your thoughts? Have you felt these changes in your community? Share your experiences and opinions in the comments below. Let's have a real, respectful conversation about the future of Canada. And if you believe these important stories need to be told, please subscribe to our channel. We're a small team trying to bring you in-depth reports, and your support helps us continue our work. Let's get to 3,000 subscribers together. Thank you for watching.